Hey Tribe, I might actually go on a rant here before I get to the life-altering information in this video, okay? And really quick here, if you're a type of person, you click on this video and you're just like, oh my God, Chad, it's been 30 seconds. You're not telling me anything like life-changing. You know what? You're the problem. Maybe nobody's telling you that in any video. You're the problem. It's not Chad. You're the problem. It's not Chad's information. It's not Chad's video. It's not Chad. Chad, you just talk too much. Your videos are too long. It has nothing to do with me. You understand that? It all has to do with you. Okay? Listen to that question that you just said really fast. Sometimes I get comments, well, Chad, you need to just get to the point. Really? I need to just get to the point? Honestly? Okay? YouTube, this is free information. You're not paying me. You're telling me to get to the point. Okay? You're telling me to get to the point because, listen, you're searching for something that you're missing in your life, but you don't know what you're missing. That puzzle piece you're missing is what's holding you back, and you're trying to tell me how to structure my video so you understand it better. Okay? When you yourself don't understand anything because you're not getting results in your life. Do you see the oxymoron statement that's going on here? Okay? So if you're doing that, what I'm telling you is you're the problem. You understand? It's not me. Okay. Now, let's keep on going down the rabbit hole. Another issue is when I jump online, I see all these flipping teeny boppers teaching manifestation. And it doesn't matter if they're teeny boppers or 19, 20, 18, living with their parents in their bedroom shooting a video. But the biggest thing I see is, one, they don't have life experience. That's one. They can't get you results because all they do is just regurgitate, literally repeat the information from video to video to video. I can watch 10 different people, and it's almost like they're running off the same script. Okay? The issue with that, guys, what you have to understand is, even if you go down the YouTube cycle and you want to know how to build your YouTube channel, you know what the advice they give you? Copy people. Copy viral videos. That's why when you go inside the manifestation niche, you look up a title, you see flipping 15 titles, the same exact titles, the same exact thumbnail. You watch the video, it's literally almost the same script inside the video. Okay. You see, in the manifestation industry, people have lost their way to give you advice. People have lost their way to try to get you results. Okay? They're losing their ways because what ends up happening is they have to tell you what you want to hear in order for their video to be popular and viral. Do I need to repeat that to you? People are telling you what you want to hear because that's what's popular and viral. If I tell you what you want to hear, guys, I'm keeping you on that hamster wheel of life. When deep down, listen, when deep down, you really want to get off that hamster wheel because you have to get off the hamster wheel because your dream life is over here. It's not over here. But everybody's keeping you stuck over here. Do you understand? And I'm not saying they're doing it on purpose. What I'm saying is they're getting stuck in it because that's the only way to grow their YouTube channel. That's the only way to grow their videos and stuff like that. Not even on YouTube, on Instagram, Facebook, TikTok. They get caught in that cycle where, well, it's not popular to tell people the truth. It's not popular to try to get people results. Okay? That's why you hear video after video after video. Do the perfume method. Do the $50,000 affirmation challenge. And you see titles like, give me 23 minutes and I'm going to change your identity. From a 19-year-old. You don't change your identity in 23 minutes, guys. I think you guys know that when you get older. You don't change your identity in 23 minutes. Because, listen, guys, if you're 30 years old, you're 40 years old, you're 50 years old, even if you're 18 years old, your current identity has been with you for 18 years. So you're not going to change it in 23 minutes. It's not going to happen. But yet these titles are popular. And like I said, It keeps you on the hamster wheel. Okay? Even with me, we're getting to the meat and potatoes of this video, 6 minutes in, because now we got people who I offended and clicked off the video. Now the people who stayed around, they're going to get the meat and potatoes, baby, because you get it. Okay, listen guys, you're trying your best to change your life and nothing is fucking working. And it's not the best technique. It's not the technique bros. It's not another manifesting method that people just make up. Okay, all this stuff isn't new material. All people keep on doing is just changing the name of old stuff. And then they try to put a spin on it and explain it a little bit different. Listen, this is how manifesting really works. This is how identity and self-concept really works, okay? When you really try to change your identity, this is what people aren't telling you, what the teeny boppers aren't telling you because they don't know. That's why they're not telling you. They don't know because they never experienced it. They never experienced a storm in their life. The only storm they've experienced is, oh, my boyfriend broke up with me. My girlfriend broke up with me. My mind went in the gutter. My mind went negative for a little while. But boo-hoo. Boo-hoo to you. Okay. That's their current identity. That's not the most successful version of them. You know how manifesting really works, guys? Is your identity and self-concept. I'm really talking about that, not so much manifesting. Listen, what nobody's telling you, it's going to take as long as it takes, baby. That's what nobody's telling you. It's going to take as long as it takes for you to learn your lesson. Ooh, I love that. It's going to take as long as it takes for you to finally learn your lesson. Until you to finally learn what you're doing that's holding you back. It's going to take as long as it takes. If that's 2 weeks, it's going to take 2 weeks. If that's 1 month, it's going to take 1 month. If that's 6 months, it's going to take 6 months, baby. Now listen, if it's 2-3 years down the road, it's going to be 2-3 years down the road. If it's 5 years down the road, it's going to be 5 years down the road. That's what I mean. Okay, that's true manifestation. It's not like instant manifestation. Okay, how to manifest your ex back. I hate those videos. There's one flipping girl I literally just despise. Okay, when they start talking about their ex. Oh, how to get your ex crawling back to you. How to have your exes drooling over you. Dude, she sounds like a flipping narcissist. Why would you want your ex back and have them drooling over you? I don't get it. That's not a success habit, baby. Okay? That person is like probably the queen of narcissism. And that's the kind of bullshit that they give you. They're not giving you anything that's going to do life-altering things in your life. You're here because you're trying to manifest life-altering things. You're not trying to manifest a cup of coffee and your ex back and they drool over you. You manifest your ex back, they only stay around for a month and they break up with you again. They run from you again because you're a flipping narcissist. That's why you want to manifest your ex back, baby, and have them drool over you. Because you're a flipping narcissist. You're the problem, not your ex. They ran from you for a reason. That should tell you something. Okay? All this stuff is just hold you back. And I know what you're thinking. Well, Chad, how do I figure this stuff out? How do I figure out what's really holding me back? And I have a lot of videos on this. I have some videos, really good videos inside the tribe on this. And I started doing a little bit more videos publicly on this just because I want to try to get people results. Is that, listen, manifesting, identity work is not all sunshine and rainbows, baby. Okay? You're going to go through the gunk. You're going to go through the fire. You're going to go through the fire of life where nothing is fucking working. It's going to seem like, and it's not just going to seem like your life is falling apart. Your life is actually falling apart. It's going to scare the shit out of you. How do I know? Because I've been through it. How can I talk about this stuff? Because I've been through it, baby. You got to stand in a fire. Okay? If you can't stand in a fire and you run back to your comfort zone, you're not learning anything. You're not learning what you need to learn to actually to get this stuff to work. Do you understand? See, the reason why the fire is ugly, the reason why life is getting ugly for you is because it's trying to teach you what you need to learn so you can move forward. But instead, you get scared of it and you run back to your old identity, to your old life. And it's easy to get scared of it, guys. It's so easy. Because your old identity will fight against you unbelievably hard. You go to work one day and you'll get fired from your job. Okay? All within you're doing this manifesting BS shit. Okay? Then you're going to start questioning life. Like, dude, I'm doing all this positive stuff. I'm trying to change my life. I'm trying to be the most successful version of me, and I get fired from my job. That's what I deserve. Then it doesn't stop there. You go to job search, and 6 months later, you're still jobless. You basically spent your whole life savings because you got to pay for credit cards, mortgage, car, you're married, you got kids going to school. You pretty much depleted all your financial resources. And nothing, the light, it's still like you're standing in the dark. And you're really just hanging on by a thin little thread. This is how tough it gets. Do you understand? Like in one way, it's molding you into the most successful version of you. It's really molding you, okay? You got to be able to withstand a fire and not freak the fuck out. Okay, dude, I've had many times where I freak the fuck out. I have many times I want to quit and throw in the flipping towel. That's how tough the fire gets. Okay. That's how tough it gets sometimes. That you have no other choice. Okay. You see, you have to get to a point in your life, and I hate to talk about committed decisions. When I was mentored by Bob Proctor for years, he would always talk about decisions. He would always talk about committed decisions. And even though we think we understand committed decisions, we really don't. You see, what you have to learn is, if you struggle with this, when you make a decision, you make that decision and you don't change your flipping mind. You don't change your mind no matter how hard it's going to flipping get. When you make a decision, you're willing, listen guys, you're willing to go down with the boats. It's not, once my toe feels the water, I'm going to run back to safety. That's not making a committed decision. A committed decision, if you want to make life-altering changes in your life, you got to be willing to go down with your fucking boats. You understand? You got to be willing that there is no safety net. None. You have to understand this. That's the type of decisions you're making. When you say, I draw the line in the sand and it's going to be different this time, in the history of your life, you always change, you always run back to your comfort zone. Well, you're going to be tested. Because it's going to come at you and it's going to be like, ooh, prove me wrong, baby. You always say this. Your subconscious mind knows you better than you know yourself. You can't fool your subconscious mind. You can't fool God, baby. You can't fool the flipping universe. You might be able to fool me and fool other people, but it stops with you. That's where it stops. You can't fool yourself. Do you understand? Okay. The battle is going to be on. And once you make a decision, okay, it's going to test that decision. Let me tell you a couple things about me for a second, okay? When I go through the fire. When we talk about decisions, I've always been wishy-washy with decisions. When I was growing up, decisions were made for me, okay? I don't want to tell you my whole life history, but decisions were made for me because my dad was very, 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 very strict with me. Okay, if I didn't do what he wanted me to do, he pretty much would take you out in the backyard and show you that you're not a big man. You know what I mean? Take that how you want it. You know what I mean? So decisions were made for me. I wasn't taught to make decisions. Then that, of course, that followed into my teens. That followed into young adulthood. That followed into adulthood. It followed into my relationships and my career, being a professional in my career. It followed me. Okay, I was indecisive, massively indecisive. So when I made a decision, I already had a plan B, C, D, E, and F, baby. I went all the way down the flipping ABCs. Because when things got rough, boop, I was out. Or I would just be like, well, maybe that's a sign from God, and I just do something else. But then listen, guys, the fire is going to teach me. If I say I want to be the $15 million man, if I say I want to be viral on YouTube, whatever I say, that's a decision, and I stand by that decision no matter what. No matter how hard it gets. No matter if my life is falling apart around me, I become blind to it, blind to my circumstances. And I stay put, okay? That's a committed decision. Another thing I learned is, and you might resonate with this, I'm a hard worker. You understand that? When it comes to work, I'll outwork you, okay? I'm the type of person, I'm going to figure it out. I'm going to figure out the how, baby, okay? But recently, the fire has taught me I need to surrender to it. I need to surrender. I need to let go. And listen, if you have trouble with surrendering and trouble with letting go, guess what? The fire is going to get more and more and more and more intense. What does that mean? It means in your life, everything is going to get worse and worse and worse and worse and worse for you until you flip and surrender to it. Until you flip and let go of it. Okay? See, the lesson you're trying to learn is I need to let go. I need to surrender to it. The lesson isn't working harder, trying to figure it out. That's not the lesson for me. The lesson for me isn't listening to my intuition and gut feelings. I'm already good with that stuff. You understand? So the real lesson could be I need to surrender and let go. But once you really, truly surrender and let go, something magical happens. Your life flips around rather quickly. Okay? This is what you're trying to figure out. This is why I tell you, it takes as long as it takes, baby. Manifesting, identity work, self-concept, it takes as long as it takes. The reason why it takes as long as it takes is because it takes as long as it takes for you to figure out what you're doing wrong. Until you finally just get it. Until it pushes you against the wall enough where you really have no way of escape. And that's when the answer comes to you because you're forced to do it. You understand? You're forced to let go. You're forced to surrender to it. And that's when you learn. This is what people are not teaching you. They're not teaching you because they don't know. They never went through it themselves. Okay? You can't teach somebody something that you never went through yourself, or they're just repeating and regurgitating information, but you can tell they've never gone through it just from their flippant examples they use. The biggest thing, guys, is you got to be careful who you listen to. You got to be careful who you listen to online. Bottom line, you got to be careful who you listen to on YouTube. You have to be able to assess that, is this person really giving me really heartfelt information that's going to change my life? You might disagree with me. What I'm saying might, get your feelings going. Okay? But I'm trying to tell you the truth so you can get results, so you get this stuff to work for you. I'm not telling you what you want to hear. Because listen, guys, I know 100% about this. If I tell you what you want to hear, I keep you on that hamster wheel of life. I don't make you better. I just keep you exactly where you are. Okay? Then 5 years from now, you're still going to be over here searching for the answer. Because nobody's giving it to you. They're giving you what's sexy. They're giving you what's popular. It's not popular to tell you to be in your face a little bit, be rough with you a little bit. It's not popular to tell you the truth when you need to hear the truth, but you're not ready for the truth. I want you to come over here. You understand, guys? But other than that, tribe, just want to share that with you. I'm going to go eat some breakfast. If you have questions about this, comment below. I'll help you out as much as possible. If you want to jump into the tribe, the best tribe here on planet YouTube, baby. Okay, listen, you want to get results, you need to jump into the flipping tribe. That's all I can say. Okay, the links are in the description. If you need to reach out to me, you need more help with this kind of stuff, you can reach out to me, you can work with me. The links are in the description. I'll help you out. I'll get you results. Okay. Other than that, remember, I love you guys, and I'll see you in the next video. Peace out.